It's a funny old game, football. In just a minute, we're going to listen to an interview that Ange Postecoglou did last night. Before that, we're going to talk about some Celtic news, but I'm also going to talk about Pep Guardiola. First of all, just hang with me. I know it's a Celtic channel, but Pep Guardiola praised his Manchester City players for shrugging off the hangovers after clinching the Premier League title. How many times did they win the league in the last couple of years? Is it not a bit like a one-horse race? Is it not a bit boring when one team wins the league all the time? Ah, dear. Anyway, they drew 1-1 with Brighton last night, which stops their unbeaten stretch of 25 matches. The point was enough for the Seagulls to guarantee they finish 6th place in the table and secure Europa League next season. Guardiola says, "We were humble, we run a lot, and that's why we're champions. For many years, these players have showed there's something special." I wonder if he gets the same kind of nonsense. Now, you hang with me, because in a minute we're going to listen to an interview that Ange Postecoglou had last night, and we all know the way that the Scottish media treat Celtic managers and the type of questions that they ask. But some good news this morning is Kyogo Furuhashi and Reo Hatate have finally been introduced, added back into the Japan squad along with Daisen Maeda. That's great news for them. Ange Postecoglou, we're going to get to him in a minute. We're talking about John Kennedy. Obviously, John Kennedy has been suggested that Hearts might come in for him. I don't think he'll go for Hearts. But what the manager did say last night about John Kennedy, you've got to remember, John Kennedy's been at the club a lot of years, and obviously given his first assistant manager's role with Ronnie Dyler. The Ronnie years were brilliant. It was a fantastic time to go to games. You could get away tickets by the abundance, and it was just brilliant. It was a great... People that go to games will know what I'm talking about. See, the people that didn't go in that one section of the top tier, and that go now. I mean, it's like, where were you in the Ronnie years? Special fans went during the Ronnie Dyler years. Anyway, John Kennedy plays a vital role, according to Ange Postecoglou. I give him the responsibility. He's got a lot of experience at this football club. Part of a lot of the success. That hasn't been by accident. It's no surprising that people are looking at him, says Ange Postecoglou. He also then went on to say, when the time is right, he'll make an outstanding manager, which suggests he's going nowhere anytime soon, because let's face it, Ange Postecoglou, I'm going to talk, there was a guy that was sitting in the pub last night that sits in the old section I used to sit in at the Celtic Club Celtic Lounge, and they had an evening with Ange Postecoglou, and there was a lot of interesting questions asked at that private event, and there were some really good answers. Ange Postecoglou is going nowhere, let's just say that. He has something in mind for Celtic, and I think Ange Postecoglou, after hearing what I heard last night, will be with Celtic for quite a few years. So don't expect him to leave this summer. Said Haksabanovic, the manager, was also talking about him last night. He said, "We'll wait and see what the medical teams say, but with the cup 10 days away, it could be tough for him." He continued, "We'll have to live in the moment in Scotland. Everyone is making an assessment on what is happening right now. I'm fine with that," says Ange Postecoglou. "Most of that is on me. To be honest, I'm the one making 5 or 6 changes in the lineups every week, and it's hurting the side, there's no doubt about that. But I am doing it for a reason, and that has affected our level of performance." Until the sending off, and we'll listen to what he said in the interview in a minute, but he's doing it for a reason. He wants to see where the level of these players are. People are getting, we want the Celtic back. Do you think that this Ange Postecoglou has got 20 odd years experience as manager? Right? He knows, after the conversation I had last night, and people that had a private meeting with Ange Postecoglou from the Club Celtic Lounge, the guy knows his stuff. This manager, we have never had a manager that has had such a worldwide network of scouts that are looking for players all around the world for Celtic. He's looking 2 or 3 transfer windows ahead at every time. He has in the back of his mind the type of player that he wants, and then he sends the scouts out and they come to a list with him. He doesn't know all the players. He tells his scouts what he wants, and he has a massive network of scouts, and this is what Celtic have tapped into, which is absolutely amazing. So next we're going to listen to what the manager had to say to the Sky reporter last night. So let's hear what Ange Postecoglou has to say about the game last night.
Yeah, up until the sending off, I thought, we looked pretty strong and looking to finish the game strong. And then after the red card, it just seemed to go off the scale. Cancel red card, then a penalty, then.
That was a bit of a farce.
Just, got a bit crazy.
But it was probably the right decision.
Jason Maida is an incredibly energetic player, not a dirty player. I think most people would agree with that. Did you feel it was a little bit harsh for the 2 yellows?
No, it is what it is. We've just got to take those things on the chin. But yeah, like I said, at least he shows some endeavour. I'll never criticise Dyson for.
Was that a bit of a dig at some of the players that didn't perform to the top level last night?
He puts in, and the thing with Dyson is he doesn't go down too easy. He cops the punishment and just gets on with it.
You mentioned after your last game that you wanted and expected to see more work rate from your players. Did you get that tonight?
Yeah, I thought for the 60 minutes, while we were 11v11.
Actually, when you come to think about it, that does put us in a bit of a position, because the red card will mean that he'll miss the next game, the final game of the season against Aberdeen. And with Haksabanovic going off injured, who will play in that position?
I said we lost our way, but look, it's. I've made the decision to sort of rotate the squad the last sort of 3 games and make a lot of changes. I think it's important for us from a longer term perspective, but it's obviously affected the team and it's affected our level of performance, and I've got to take responsibility for that.
But you go into the last game with the opportunity for your team to put on a performance at home against 60,000 fans. I'm sure that your players will rise to the occasion.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be a great day. Get to lift the trophy and prepare for a cup final the week after. So we're looking forward to a good game.
And if someone had offered you the opportunity to play at home to lift the trophy, and you've still got another game to come to potentially do the domestic treble, that's got to be viewed as a successful season, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's decent, isn't it?
It's decent, isn't it? Yeah, that is Ange Postecoglou all over. It is decent, isn't it? On that note, what can you say? What is there to say? Let the manager do his stuff. To the people out there that go onto social media and say that, this is the wrong team, it's the wrong players, Ange Postecoglou just said, he's doing it for a reason. He's doing it for the longer term. He's wanting to see which one of these players are good enough for the long term. How many players will leave Celtic this summer? We have no idea. It is all speculation. Ange Postecoglou has previously said, if you're talking about any players that you think might be coming in, you're wide off the mark due to the fact that they haven't drawn up a shortlist as yet. They maybe have a sort of basket full of players for positions that they think they might strengthen in, but they have not got that down to a short list as yet, which suggests to me that they want to get this out of the way, they want to get the cup final out of the way, they want to go on a couple of weeks holiday and then they'll come back and get stuck. Well, the manager never stops. And that's one thing that we've learned about Ange Postecoglou, is he will take us forward and upwards and onwards to better things. The one snippet that I did get last night is Ange Postecoglou said that they want to take Celtic into the Champions League consistently over the next couple of years, and 1 year they want to go unnoticed and sneak their way through to the latter stages. And I believe every word that the guy said to me last night, because I know where he sits. And on that note, have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to